You got any other questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Whatever questions you got, go ahead.
So, this probably be a little off topic.
Yes, if it's off topic, that's fine. We can move topics.
I don't know, getting into Africa. When they came in.
You said what's that again?
How we end up going to Africa, get put on slave ships? Like, how we end up going to them? And get removed from them.
Give me Revelation 12. It's all a part of prophecy.
We already here now.
Yep. Get on microphone. Get the woman fled into the wilderness when she had a place prepared.
Go to verse 1. Right?
Yeah, come. Now read that Micah first, right? And then we gonna read Revelation.
Micah chapter 4, verse 10.
Read on.
Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion,
Read on.
like a woman in travail.
Remember that. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, right? Go ahead.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city.
Y'all shall go forth out of the city. So it's prophesying about us leaving our land. We shall go forth out of the city. Read on.
And thou shalt dwell in the field.
And we shall dwell in the field. Read on.
And thou shalt go even to Babylon.
And thou shalt go to Babylon. So this is a prophecy about us being taken into spiritual Babylon. But it said first we're going to flee out of our city and go into a field. Then we're going to go into Babylon. Now remember, in the beginning it said what? Be in pain and to bring forth, right? In like labor pains, right? Now watch this, Revelation 12.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
Read on.
A woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
Read on.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
A crown of 12 stars. This is showing you this woman is symbolizing Israel, right? Read.
And she being with child, crying, travailing in birth.
Remember that. So it said that birth pain, right? So this woman in that would say that they in birth pain, right? Go ahead.
And pain to be delivered.
Read on.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, read on.
And 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
Right, the tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
So what they talking about?
I'm explaining.
I know they ain't talking about real.
No real dragon, right? It's dealing with the Roman Empire, right?
Yeah, buildings like I said.
So when the Roman Empire came into power, what did they do? They kicked out the tribes that were still in Israel, kicked them out.
Oh, it was 12.
It was 12, but only a third part of the tribes were still in Israel at that time, the time of the Romans.
Okay.
The Northern Kingdom already left, they was already over here, right? So then they kicked us out. That's when it said here, thou shalt go forth out of the city and thou shalt dwell in the field. Here it's telling them the same thing. He kicked the third part of stars out of heaven, right? Go ahead.
And did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
He's talking about how they were trying to kill Christ when he was a baby, right? Go ahead.
And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations.
That's how we know it's talking about Christ, because he's the one that's going to rule our nations, right? Yahushua, go ahead.
With a rod of iron.
Read on.
And her child was caught up unto God and to the throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
So here it said the field, but here it said that God had a place prepared for us in the wilderness that we would feed for 1,260 days, right? That's where we went to in Africa. That's that field we went to, where that wilderness we went to, where nobody was at, that hadn't been developed yet. We went over there, we built kingdoms up over there. Then from there, we went to Babylon. So we left the city, went to the field, then from the field, we went to Babylon, right? So that's showing you that prophecy that we were going to the Africa. We built all the kingdoms up in Africa, things of that nature, went to war, things like that. Here come the white man, and then we go into slavery. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that works.
So we're going back to the place where we came from.
What you mean?
That's in Israel.
Yeah, we're going back to Israel.
So,
Exactly.